Yo, what up, man? Wayne back with another vid, man. Today, man, we just gonna talk about the NBA opening, man. You know, the NBA is finally back, it's finally here. No more months of predictions and trying to figure out what's going to happen, trying to, predict these teams, predict these new circumstances for certain players. No, we're finally here. And opening night with some good hoops. Opening night with some great basketball. you know, Thunder versus the Rockets was pretty interesting. I took a lot from that game, and the Lakers versus the Warriors was interesting too. I think I was surprised by the Warriors actually, but let's get into it, man. First player I really want to talk about is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant really he came to the team and just made a difference, man. All the guys they are buying in. These guys are serious about basketball. They're serious about hoops. And I feel like Kevin Durant, he did his thing in this game. He just needs to get the chemistry right with all the guys. Guys like Reed Shepard. Sometimes Kevin Durant want to get the ball in certain situations. Sometimes it was just awkward situations, and Kevin Durant was put into predicaments to where like he had like opportunities to score, but the spacing on the court was so like limited that he really didn't get his chance to shine because like you got Amen Thompson to the right of you, and then you got Tari Eason who was struggling to the left of you, and the spacing is just very like it just looks bad out there. But yeah, Kevin Durant he did his thing. I feel like he just needs to be a little more aggressive, and Kevin Durant has to become more of a playmaker for this team. He has to set these guys up to get himself open to score. Next guy I wanna, SGA or man, oh that's kind of crazy. SGA man, SGA has been man like the improvements he's made on his game. It's evident the footwork is so much cleaner, and that's crazy to say because it's SGA. But the offseason work that he's put in and the little weird like type of vids and movement things he does, you could really see it on the court. Sometimes he moves in awkward situations and it seems like, his body shouldn't move like that, but it does. And the way that he's able to, get downhill, get to the midi, draw the foul, his body control is man, SGA is just keep getting better and better. I saw a little bit of playmaking flashes from him. That's what I like to see because I think that's one of the biggest holes in his game is just being a playmaker. He could score the ball, he could create, you know, um, opportunities just by being a great scorer, but can he actually create opportunities by being a great playmaker though? That's what I want to see from SGA. But other than that, man, SGA played a masterful game. It's just he just gets better and better. I don't the footwork is more crisp. Everything just looks good. And the guy that like I'm most concerned with is Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson has been getting hyped up by the media and by players, not really players, but by fans as the next guy. He's a fan favorite. He's one of those guys that a lot of people want to see succeed, want to see do better, and like put him in conversations that I frankly think he shouldn't be in right now. He's a great defender. He's a great ball handler. He's not a great playmaker yet. He's a great ball handler. He can manage the floor well. He can like if the point guard's not in the game, you can give a man the ball and the man will make sure that the offense runs. He's not going to create offense. He can run an offense though. But that three-pointer got to come sooner or later, man. You know, with championship hopes, if you get to the playoffs and he's just a non-factor out there, I don't know. I don't know. A non-factor from three out there, I don't know. Because Kevin Durant has ball handling problems and you able to double up on him because a man can't shoot. Yes, a man can cut. But no, with the physicality of the playoffs, I don't think that cut is just going to be looked at as just a lob because Kevin Durant can't throw those right now, or just like a play in general. Teams are gonna study film and they're gonna see him cut after a double team. Like it's gonna they're gonna see that. But other than that, Amen Thompson is a great player. He just the shot has to come sooner or later, especially in this modern game of basketball. I was very, very, very surprised though by Cason Wallace, man. Cason Wallace was out there playing some great defense. He hit some good looks when he got open, and he was able to create some looks for himself and others. Cason Wallace, not the tallest guy on the court, but one of the most scrappiest guys and hardworking guys on the court. A defensive minded guy who is able to develop his game offensively like he has. Man, like the Thunder just keep getting better and better. And the Sam Presti, man, he making some great picks out there, man. Some great use of those draft picks. The scouting department is amazing. The development department is amazing out there, man. Cason Wallace, I saw him in college, but man, like he's playing so great into this role. I think he's a 6 man of the year type of candidate right now. In my eyes, after it's only been one game, but man, I really wasn't expecting that from him. But one guy that I really expected to pop off and show people that he belonged was Reed Shepherd, but he just didn't do that. I felt like Reed Shepherd was not ready for the role that they were trying to put him in. I feel like he has to understand that it's KD right there. You got to swing that. I feel like he has to just understand that the way for him to get on the floor is to become a playmaker and just become like a floor general. He doesn't have to be the best floor general in the world. You have one of the greatest scorers next to you. Do what you did at Duke. My bad. Do what you did at Kentucky. You know, be aggressive but look to pass. At Kentucky, he was aggressively trying to score. Now you gotta aggressively try to pass because you have guys like Kevin Durant out there. You got Sengun in the post, and you got Amen Thompson for the cut, and he's a great passer. Reed Shepherd is a great passer. He's shown that he could pass the ball. I feel like he was just trying to go out there and do too much, and not play his role. He has to play his role. Once he sees that, like, yes, this the role I have to play of just a play setter, a table setter, or just a playmaker. I don't think he's a great playmaker. I think he's more of a play setter. He says things that are he like actions that are already happening. He can complete those passes like lobs, back cut passes, entry passes to the post. I feel like that's where Reed Shepherd is gonna get his minutes. And then once you get the minutes, people will start backing off on you because they think you just a play setter. That's when you could get your shot off. That's when you could do those other things that made you a first round pick. But right now, you have to ease into the game. You have to ease into the game and get people involved because you're not that guy yet. But who is that guy? Sengun. Sengun? Man, it's crazy what he can. He's out there hooping. Sengun is out there making some great passes. He on ball dribbling. Creation was very good. Very, very good. I was interested. Some of the hook shots that he took over Caruso. Yes, his own is Caruso. He's like 6'3" and Sengun is like 6'11". But still making those tough shots over a great defender, a scrappy defender, he's in your chest. That was pretty impressive to me. The pull up bank shot, man, Sengun is just getting better and better. And especially with KD next to him, I feel like he can pick some things up from the vet to take in the future. But yeah, Sengun is looking like one of those guys. But yeah, that will conclude my thoughts for that game. Both teams are gonna be very competitive. Both teams are gonna be very competitive. It's just a matter of the Rockets. Are your young guys going to show up? Are these young guys going to show up for Kevin Durant? And is Kevin Durant going to show up for the young guys? Changing his game up a little bit just to figure it out, just to figure it out with the team. You know, these are just questions that we have to ask. But on to the next game, Warriors versus the Lakers. Let's get it. First, I want to start off with Steph. Steph is Steph Curry. Listen, I don't really have a lot of thoughts about this game. It went how I thought it was gonna go, but I am a little bit surprised by the Warriors. Steph, Steph was out there being Steph. The inverted screens, him as the screener. That play really worked. It was just all around a great game for Stephen Curry. And yeah, not really too much to say. Same goes for Jimmy Butler. I like how Steve Kerr has Jimmy Butler in a lot of these sets and a lot of cutting actions. It's like very like it looks it's like the Warriors offense, but like I see Jimmy still in the Heat jersey because sometimes he does a lot of the cutting and screening and off ball movement stuff that he would do with the Heat, and it's fit into the Warriors system just effortlessly. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Jimmy. It was a great game. Now with the Lakers, DeAndre Ayton, you gotta figure out what you want to do, man. You gotta figure out if you gonna be one of those guys. Gotta figure out if you're gonna be one of those guys because if you're not one of those guys, man, I don't know, man. You have to be one of those guys. They need you out there. They need you to be anchor. You know, Luca needs a lob threat. You have to just play better. You just got to be better. There's really nothing more to say. Just be better. Yeah, and that brings me to Luca. Luca, Luca played amazing, man. Like if Luca can continue this type of level of production, and they could trade LeBron, because I don't think LeBron wants to be there. You know, get some pieces around Luca. I think the Lakers have a real shot at a second round exit. The West is very competitive. I don't know if they can make it far, but yeah, those are my thoughts on this game. I really didn't have a lot because this is how I kind of thought the game was gonna go. The Lakers, Reeves and Luca was gonna have to do everything, and the Warriors was just gonna overwhelm them at a certain point. But yeah, man, like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, see you guys.